All right, can those at the back hear me? Hello, friends and fellow countrymen. Thank you for coming. Election season is here again. While we have progressed much in 54 years, one area that clearly we have not is the political landscape. Opposition still have to deal with a heavily pro-PAP press. Joining the opposition can be a career suicide. There is gerrymandering happening all the time. Now we are still waiting for them to tell us where are the boundaries. Whereas for PAP, they have a friendly 1 billion budgeted PA at their service. RCs are everywhere as PAP grassroots. They have a huge parliamentary majority, giving them almost absolute power to do anything they want. And they have been doing, don't forget. And they have a PCF kindergarten that give a PAP logo to all our kids, indoctrinating them very early about who's the boss. Finally, we have among them, like Professor Tomiko, speaking up, saying that criticism of the PAP is not such a bad thing after all. That we have become a first world country with a third world citizen. And suddenly everybody took notice about the elephant, no, the dinosaur in the room. That we have a severely uneven political landscape, my friends. These are the odds against us. Do we give up? No. We must stand up and overcome this epidemic of fear, paralyzing us for 54 years into silence and obedience. Friends, you and I have a moral duty to put aside all our differences, be it race, religion, profession, persuasion, whatever. We are Singaporean first and foremost. We must unite and not let them divide us. And our only hope has become the ballot in our hands for change. PAP wants 10 million population in this tiny island. Do we have the space? Space is the least of our luxuries. Our scarce green landscape have been taken over by concrete jungles to house all these people that PAP are going to bring in, that they're going to import. They squeeze us into small places where they live in big luxury houses. And their only solution is to import more and more people to solve the economic problem that they created. Have they lost their mind? You ask any local. Unanimous opposition to this 10 million madness. At 5.7 million now, we are already suffering. Imagine what will our fate be at 10. The PAP knows people is against this. They need a good storyline to sell us this 10 million plan. So we suddenly have this strange narrative called the bicentennial celebration. Why are we celebrating our colonization? Raffles and his colonial khakis lorded over us, oppressed, divided, exploited, and milked us to benefit themselves and the British crown. They never had our interests in mind. Our pioneer leaders realized this truth and saw how the British surrendered this island to the Japanese with hardly a fight, while patriots like Lieutenant Adnan and the Malay Regiment bravely fought with their lives at Bukit Chandu, defending Singapore, refusing to surrender to the Japanese invaders, choosing death on that fateful day in 1942. Do not forget, this so-called bicentennial celebration is a propaganda campaign to legitimize the old colonial ways, to justify their plans to import more and more people to rule over divide, exploit, and milk dry to satisfy their endless greed, just like their old colonial masters did before. The pattern is clear. We see foreign talents every day and everywhere. Before they accuse me of being anti-foreigner, let me make it very clear. We are not against foreign talents coming here to help us build our economy. No, we are not. But it must not be at the expense and compromise our interests as citizens for our welfare. Doing so betrays the sacrifices of our forefathers who braved seas and land, coming here when times are hard, not only now when times are good. Today we have policies driven by PAP leaders who tell us to steal other people's lunch, to cannibalize others, while they quietly flood this island with more and more foreign talent, stealing away our jobs, while they cash in on them through levies to the tune of billions annually. And instead of prioritizing we the citizens, they find excuses and choose the easy way, imitating their old colonial heroes, preferring to exploit cheap foreign labor and treating citizens no different. The truth is, there is a neo-colonial power in town calling themselves the natural aristocrats. Singapore is our country. We serve NS proudly and promise to defend her with our life. And it belongs to all of us, each and every one of us. It is not a business owned by some families and their close friends. We must confront this new colonial power like our visionary leaders did in the past when they got rid of the old one. Let me now speak in Malay to my community. Saudara sekalian, selama 54 tahun kita sabar menanti untuk berdiri setaraf sebagai warga Singapura, tak kira bangsa dan agama. Namun ia tinggal harapan semata. Hari ini, orang Melayu terus tertindas dan didiskriminasi, terutama sekali dalam menjalani perkhidmatan negara. Kesetiaan anak-anak Melayu kita dicurigai, peluang mereka disekat untuk menganggotai sebahagian bidang angkatan tentera, seperti tentera udara, tentera laut, tentera perisai, pasukan perisik, signal di antaranya. Kenapakah kesetiaan kita pribumi negara ini masih dipersoalkan? Padahal telah terbukti keberanian orang Melayu kepada tanah air ini. Tidakkah Lieutenant Adnan dan Regimen Tentera Melayu rela dibunuh daripada menyerah kalah kepada tentera Jepun pada Perang Dunia Kedua? Orang Melayu perlu sedar bahawa selagi kita terus berharap kepada janji manis PAP, kita pasti kecewa. Oleh itu, demi kepentingan generasi Melayu di masa hadapan, pilihlah pembangkang kali ini. InsyaAllah anda tidak akan kecewa. So friends, election is coming. Sadly, at this late hour, we are still kept in the dark, guessing the election date. This is the sad state of our democracy and society. A society that forces our elders to work when they should be enjoying their savings with their loved ones and their grandchildren. A society that creates children wishing their parents dead, as is the only way to free the badly needed CPF money of their parents that the PAP immorally locked away. Enough is enough, my friends. It is tragic. Besides seeing the billion-dollar iconic jewel upon arriving at Changi, visitors immediately see our frail elderly pushing baggage trolleys, clearing tables, and cleaning toilets, struggling for a decent living in this most expensive city on earth. Finally, friends, Singaporeans and patriots, we must not let our children down to wake up one day as minority in their own country. This nightmare scenario will happen if we allow the PAP government to remain unchecked in power, playing that dangerous demographic gamble with our future for their own political endgame and survival. Together, for the sake of our next generation, we must never let this 10 million population madness to happen. Thank you very much.